Most people believe estate planning is something you do once. You write a will, you name beneficiaries, you sign a few documents, and then you assume everything's handled. But here's what I see far more often than people realize. Most estate plans don't fail because someone did nothing. They fail because someone did almost enough. They created the documents, but they didn't coordinate them. They named beneficiaries, but they never revisited them. They focused on who gets what without thinking about taxes, timing, or real world consequences. When those mistakes surface, they don't show up on paper. They show up when a spouse is grieving, when children are confused, when heirs are hit with tax bills no one expected. So today, let's walk through the three most common estate planning errors I see, why they happen, and most importantly, how to fix them while you still have full control over the outcome. I'm Jason Solomon. I'm the president of Tactical Investment Advisors. Today, I'm going to break down the three most common estate planning mistakes I see and how fixing them early can dramatically reduce taxes, confusion, and stress for you and the people that you care most about. If you find this video helpful, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps more people find these educational videos. Mistake number one, treating estate planning as a one-time task. This is the most common estate planning mistake of all. People create an estate plan and then never look at it again. They make the following assumptions. If there's a will, everything's covered. If beneficiaries are named, nothing can go wrong. If documents exist, the plan is finished. But estate planning isn't static. Your life changes. Your assets change. Your family structure changes. And tax rules absolutely change. Estate plans must evolve. Old documents create new risks. Set it and forget it doesn't work. I've seen estate plans that still named ex-spouses as beneficiaries, treated adult children like minors, failed to account for new grandchildren, reflected asset values from 15 or 20 years ago. This isn't just inefficiency. It's confusion, delays, and sometimes permanent damage to family relationships. Here's how to fix it. Estate planning should be reviewed periodically, not constantly, but intentionally, especially after retirement, the death of a spouse, a major change in net worth, a move to a different state, significant tax law changes, changes to your beneficiaries' lives. The fix isn't rewriting everything. It's maintenance. A short review can prevent outcomes that no one intended and that can't be undone later. Mistake number two, assuming a will controls everything. This is where many estate plans quietly fall apart. People assume their will is the master document, but it's not. Many of your largest assets don't follow your will at all. Retirement accounts, life insurance policies, certain brokerage accounts. These assets pass based on beneficiary designations, not your will. So even if your will says one thing, the beneficiary form says another, and the beneficiary form usually wins. I've seen people spend time and money crafting thoughtful estate documents only to have the majority of their wealth transfer in a completely different direction. Not because anyone made a bad decision, because the plan wasn't coordinated. How to fix it? A well-designed estate plan aligns your legal documents, your beneficiary designations, and tax strategy. Everything should point in the same direction. This is where working with a financial professional can make a meaningful difference by ensuring the mechanics of asset transfer match your actual intentions. Estate planning isn't just about what you want to happen. It's about how things actually happen. Mistake number three is ignoring the tax impact on heirs. And this is often the most expensive mistake. Many people focus on who receives their assets, but not on how those assets will be taxed when received. Different assets carry different tax consequences. Retirement accounts equal taxable income to heirs. Taxable accounts may receive a step-up basis. Timing and structure matter. Without planning, heirs can inherit forced taxable income, higher marginal tax rates, reduced flexibility, and long-term tax drag. This is especially true with inherited retirement accounts. Many heirs are already in their peak earning years. Layering inherited income on top of wages can push them into much higher tax brackets very quickly. Once those distributions occur, the tax bill is permanent. Here's how to fix it. Good estate planning looks beyond transfer. It focuses on after-tax outcomes. That may involve coordinating withdrawals during your lifetime, balancing which assets are passed to which heirs, aligning retirement income planning with estate goals, The goal isn't to eliminate taxes entirely, it's to avoid unnecessary taxes that quietly erode what you worked decades to build. Part 4. Why these mistakes are so common. These mistakes aren't caused by carelessness, they're caused by how estate planning is usually framed. Most people approach estate planning as a legal task, a document exercise, a box to check. But estate planning is really about coordination. It sits at the intersection of taxes, retirement income, beneficiary strategy, and family dynamics. And when those pieces are not aligned, the plan may look complete, but fail when it matters most. Part 5. Estate planning is about reducing friction. One thing most people don't realize is that the best estate plans don't try to control everything. They reduce friction. Friction for a surviving spouse, for children or beneficiaries, for executors and trustees. When clarity is missing, decisions get delayed, costs increase, stress multiplies. A good estate plan simplifies decisions during one of the most difficult moments a family will face. That's the real value. Retirement and estate planning must be connected. How you draw income in retirement directly affects what's left, how it's taxed, who ultimately receives it. Poor income sequencing can inflate taxes, reduce the legacy value, limit flexibility later. And this is why retirement planning and estate planning should never be treated as separate silos. When coordinated properly, income becomes more efficient, taxes become more predictable, estate outcomes improve. This is where working with a financial professional can make a meaningful difference. So when should you review your estate plan? If you're wondering whether it's time to revisit your estate plan, here are some clear signals. Number 1, you haven't reviewed it in years. Number 2, your net worth has changed meaningfully. Number 3, you or your beneficiary's family situation is different. Number 4, tax rules have changed. And finally, you're transitioning into retirement. Estate planning isn't about reacting late. It's about staying aligned as life evolves. A strong estate plan reflects your current life. It coordinates assets and beneficiaries and anticipates tax consequences. It reduces confusion and conflict, and it protects flexibility. It doesn't rely on assumptions. It relies on clarity. And clarity is what allows your intentions to survive real-world rules. The most damaging estate planning mistakes don't come from inaction. They come from assumptions. Assuming documents are still current, assuming everything transfers the way you expect, assuming taxes will work themselves out. Unfortunately, those assumptions are exactly what create confusion, delays, and unnecessary costs for families later. Good estate planning isn't about control or complexity. It's about coordination. It's about making sure your intentions actually carry through after taxes, after transfers, after real-world rules are applied. When done well, estate planning becomes one of the most meaningful acts of care you can provide for the people you love. If you're approaching retirement or already retired and you want to make sure your estate plan truly works the way you intend, let's talk. Estate planning, retirement income, and tax strategy all interact. Looking at any one of them in isolation is where small oversights turn into expensive mistakes for families later. When you book a free consultation using the link in the description below, I'll walk you through how these pieces fit together in your situation, so you can identify the gaps, understand the trade-offs, and see what adjustments may help. There's no pressure, there's no obligation, it's just a clear, professional conversation focused on protecting what you've built and reducing uncertainty for the people that you care about. Click the link in the description below to book a free consultation, and I'll walk you through your options. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, I'll see you in the next video.